on behalf of the Imperial Flight Operations Bureau. Dyson City Parisa wishes to advise visitors from Hutton Orbital Alpha Centauri that frivolous docking requests and deliberate trespassing in the access corridor will not be tolerated. Also, if you must bring us more of those sodding mugs, please take them directly to outfitting so we can turn them back into frameshift drives. The Megagin is good though, you can bring us as much of that as you want. Hail the Empress.
Hutton Orbital Radio. This is not the station you're looking for.
Somewhere in the depths of the orbital, a radio presenter is snoozing. They've had a nice big meal. They've had a glass of the red stuff. Or two. They might be in a food coma. But it's Thursday, and having learned the lesson from last week, the rest of the radio team have fitted said presenter with a rather natty electrical shock device when it gets to nearly show o'clock. Nothing damaging, just enough to waken the sleeping presenter, who is, at this very moment, dozing quietly. There's a bzzz noise, and no movement. A louder bzzz noise, and the hair starts standing on end. Then a crackle, and small bolts of lightning shoot around the sleeping form.
Ah! Oh, crap!
You've never seen anyone get ready for a show this quickly. Quick dive into the sonic shower, on with the flight suit, door open, run down the corridor, pause, run back, pick up kitten, and run back to the studio. Just in time to hear...
Our mics are possibly live. Good evening and welcome to the show.
It's okay. I'm here. It's all good.
Amelia,
Yes.
why does your hair look like that?
Don't ask.
The cat's walking around the room, shocking things and looking happy about it.
Just keep Mooncake away from the desks.
I'm not touching the cat. She looks like she could double as a defibrillator.
Clear?
Ow!
And on that shocking theme, it's time for the show, or at least the news headlines bit of the show. Well, that's interesting. Let's do that button, shall we? Hey, there we go. Time technology tangles as Thar gargles Pangalactic Gargle Blaster.
Has the Pilots Federation sold out?
Too hot, too messy, week 92.
These crazy Dutch types nearly did Palantir in.
Elastic on critical as Hutton expands again.
The Thargoid warfront was thrown into chaos earlier this week after Tharg the Mighty and her or their mighty minions deployed a top-secret weapon to help prevent the Hadad Maelstrom being flushed down the galactic pan. Following the Pilots Federation's latest update and the release of a limited number of Python Mark II ships, as well as the prefabs mentioned in last week's show, the latest Maelstrom target and associated surrounding systems started falling like a deck of cards. With one ear / leg / whatever organ they use for hearing to the ground, Tharg the Mighty took the nuclear option and pushed the big red button. At which point everything went a bit Wibblevision. There was an awfully strange noise, like a Pangalactic Gargle Blaster, and everything went a bit timey-wimey on the galaxy. Orbits started going backwards, destroyed scythes miraculously recombobulated themselves. Ruins of spires turned into pristine towers once again, and the Titan appeared miraculously rejuvenated. Terrifyingly, it appears that amongst his or her, or their arsenal, Tharg the Mighty has discovered the secret to time travel. Not go back to the age of the dinosaurs and divert the big asteroid kind, nor the handed copy of a sporting almanac to Biff Tannen sort. More the big rewind button on the VCR remote. The sort of thing that skips back an hour or so you can catch up on that bit you missed when your granny called for a chat. A big redo from start. The do-over on the dice roll when you've rolled a natural 1, which he or she or they most definitely did. The chuck your cards back into the pack and draw 5 more approach to space combat. It appears that this localized graviton wave-based energy beam... Let's start that again. It appears that this localized graviton wave-based energy beam employed by Thargoids only affected their systems, not the rest of the galaxy, not you or your ship. Not even the time and date. Just the ammonia-based parts of the galaxy that contain Thargoids. Maybe it was as a result of not having enough sea-sized batteries to power the magic machine. On that note, investigators have been watching the Thargoid machines closely, as there are rumours that this is the actual final purpose of their fascinating light show. But as of yet, other than a sense of galactic well-being and smallness, the investigators have come up with nothing other than hippie tendencies and the munchies. More from Vulkarius later, but in the meantime, all we can say is, oh boy.
With the release of the Python Mark II this week to a limited number of commanders, those who have been farming arcs using their special arcs mining rigs, burning up the power in stations while generating a lot of heat, the Pilots Federation succumbed to a number of rumour mill specials. The biggest was that the manufacturer had sold out of Pythons. That was it. You could have all the rig-mined arcs in the galaxy, but they just wouldn't sell you one. Normally, given that the Python goes on general release later in the year, everyone would be more than happy to wait. But, as it's been many years since the last new ship, or ship variant, regardless of whether you think it's a bad or good, people have been chomping at the bit to get their hands on the new, sleek, big bada-boom, extra hardpoint toting Python 2. The rumours were false. There is no shortage of Pythons. There are more Pythons in the galaxy right now than there are over at Fort Mug with King Hankey, and he breeds them. There are of course rumours that the rumours were deliberate, a marketing ploy, a way to cause a run on the shipyard and manufacture demand, but we don't believe that. The Pilots Federation wouldn't do such a thing. The Alliance, maybe. Former President Hudson, definitely. But the Pilots Federation? Perish the thought. We're still collating feedback from commanders about whether they like them or not, but first impressions are that the extra shootiness is a welcome boon when it comes to bounty hunting and Thargoid combat. The Python 2 is never going to win a galactic medium pad trucking mission, but conveniently, there are no trucking CGs at the moment, so no one has spotted the problem. In a rather cunning move, the Pilots Federation decided that speaking to the Bank of Zeons and adjusting their inter-bank conversion rate for ARCs was a super idea. It has meant that your spacesuits, your paint jobs, and maybe even those purple engine trails are a little more expensive. But if all those pennies go into the next iteration of Power Play, then hang on a tick. Power Play? What we need is a new Lakon. Something like the Type 8, a barge, a trucking superstar.
We have reached week 92 of Too Hot, Too Messy, and we are remarkably close to the halfway point with 131,000 mugs delivered and 165,000 to go. Deliveries are up on last week's figures with 700 mugs and 687 gins delivered. This week sees us sitting at just over 120 mugs and gin delivered. Not to worry though, things usually start off slow and pick up as the week goes on. No one has filled that 20th place in the 1,000 club yet, but NZGL is closing in with 862 each of mugs and gin delivered. Keep at it, NZGL, you're nearly there. The approaches are pretty well clear this week, with only the occasional beluga hovering around the tourist beacon. Medium pad availability is rated as covered in cobwebs and very dusty, with small pad availability is showing as Mary Celeste. We've only one Hutton run this week, Savage Gardener on 1 hour 23 minutes 56 seconds. Has everyone's Super Cruise Overdrive gone on a blink? Is it something entirely more tempting to do? Or did the Happy Moon Monkey and the Thargoid put everyone off trying by logging ridiculous times? No one knows, but if you fancy a crack at the record, you've got to be more than twice as fast as Savage Gardener.
Commander Palantir, retired, former inhabitant of this parish and current occupier of the Hutton Home for Retired Truckers, came a little unstuck this week after a trip to New Amsterdam. While he's no stranger to the strange, the salacious and the downright saucy, nothing prepared him for the shopping trip that Mrs. Palantir took him on to the Purple Light district of said orbital. His eyebrows were a little raised at the sight of the rather large number of ladies and gentlemen of the night behind glass screens, gyrating and wobbling their wobbly bits, and in some cases failing to wobble their firm bits, in the general direction of the passers-by. Then there was the local tailor, who was trying to fit him for a latex and leather dinner suit, which apparently is all the rage. The thing that finally took the biscuit was Accessory Street, after which he needed a little lie down and for Mrs. Palantir to waft him vigorously with a big fan until the palpitations subsided. Upon his return to the relative normality of Hutton, his only comment was, "All I wanted was some mock tulips."
Well, it's BGS time again. It always comes round so quickly to slap us square in the face like a cosmic swing ball. It will come as no great surprise that the expansion klaxon has gone off across our systems this week. Round and round the expansion wheel goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. Well, I expect someone smarter than me could make an educated guess, but that would spoil the surprise. Across the 46 systems where Hutton has a presence, most have nothing interesting going on. But if you look very closely, there are some fascinating little diversions. Sticking their heads a bit too far above the parapet are Treppin on a very uncomfortable 74%, with Wolf 124 and LP 245-10 on 66%, and Wolf 562 and PSPF-LF2 on 62%. It all gets a bit mundane after that, with lots of nothing happening. But there's an infrastructure failure in Weiss 0855-0714, a boom in Kokiri, Hill Pass C, and Wolf 359, and 36 off Yuki is still booming too. And if you like to profit from the misery of others, there's a joint boom and outbreak in Epsilon Eridani. There are wars in Wolf 294 and Attigat, with elections in LP 804-27, G89-32, and Ross 47. But they're EDF systems, so just leave them be. There's a wee election in Wolf 629 to keep you occupied, though. But what does it all mean? Well, if you want to truck it, then truck machinery and food into Yamazakin landing in Weiss 0855-0714. Truck meds into any of our stations in Epsilon Eridani. Or run Hutton missions in Wolf 629. If you want to shoot it, then we suggest you go to whatever Titan, Vulkarius and friends are kicking lumps out of this week and give it a punch up the throat. If it has one. Well, that's it for this week's BGS. And now I'm going for a lie down. Ah! Can someone take this damn electric collar off, please?
Hang on, let me try undoing it for you.
That was the wrong button.
Ow! Don't touch anyone, okay? That's just ow. That hurts. Yeah. Oh crikey. Flossie, will you please get off the Hutton Python? What are you doing standing on the Hutton Python again? There we go.
Amelia,
Yes?
your hair's doing that thing again.
Again?
Yeah, so's Dave's beard.
Oh my goodness, I can actually see my own beard. It's sticking out forwards. Why? I suppose that's perpendicular. Well, yeah, anyway.
Floofage.
You don't want to know that's doing to my chest hair either. My goodness. Right.
We can see it over the top of your shirt.
I know. It caused my shirt to sort of inflate. I look twice the size
I wouldn't mind, but the top button's done up.
Yes, it's choking me. Shocking developments on the show tonight. Thank you very much, Belwyn Darkstar. But tush, that's worthy of Hutton praise, that bad pun. But more of bad puns later. For the time being, it's us. We're going to banter about what's been going on in the galaxy. So, Frontier live stream this week?
No,
that was it last week? A couple of weeks ago?
It's the last Wednesday of the month. So no, it wasn't last week. It was the week before.
I don't even know what month we're in, let alone when the last
We're
Wednesday.
in May.
May.
Right.
And when May is out, you can cast a clute.
Anyway, well, there were some updates. Update 18.04. Now we forgot, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to do the words. Apology, officer.
We're very, very sorry.
The apology onion has been on to me and made me cry quite a lot. And did we broadcast the picture of the apology onion last week?
I'm not sure, but we could broadcast it again anyway.
Yeah, well, I might have to line that one up.
Yes,
I might have to find.
Yeah,
it,
see, you do this stuff to yourself.
Yeah, I know, I do.
What about the thing? Oh, we'll need to go and hunt for the thing.
Hang on a second.
I think we need a suitably flamboyant
that's a Titan
intro
hat.
An exit for each apology.
That's a Python. Oh, there's the apology
onion.
onion.
Yeah, the kids.
There we go. Let's download the apology onion. No, I don't want to forward it. I want to download it. There we go. There is an official apology onion for all you onionists out there. They believe in fair pay and conditions for all apology officers.
Yes.
And
controversial, I know.
Pay? What pay?
Yeah, I'm getting paid. Did you not know?
Yeah, since they unionised, they get twice as much pay as the rest of us.
I mean, they're paying me they're paying me in broken biscuits, but I'm still.
Broken biscuits, my favourite.
I love broken biscuits.
Yeah, big bag of bashed caramel wafers. Oh.
If they're broken, does that mean they don't count? Like.
Yeah, the calories.
No, they're in therapy. I'm just trying to find where I definitely put that image in just now. Do you know what? I'm sure I just saved that. Oh, there it is. Right. In which case, just for you, if we turn that video off and we put the apology onion, there is the office of the apology onionist.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Complete
doesn't
with
look
one
like
leg.
that doesn't look like an apologetic onion. That looks like an angry onion.
Well, yeah, being an onionist, I mean, onionists are always angry.
Yeah, I think that's...
He has
Of
2
course
legs.
he's
He's
angry.
just sitting on one.
Yeah.
But of
Yeah,
course
he's
he's
got one
angry.
tucked
David's
under.
just apologised to somebody.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
He's been told to apologise for whatever cock up I've made this week. But anyway, there was an update, 18.04.
Okay.
Now there are new people, and there are names I don't recognise up on the Frontier forums and whatever. I'm going to leave the Apology Onion up there because the Apology Onion's looking cross. So the first one was by a certain Commander Phil Weeks, brackets community manager. Have we met Phil Weeks yet?
No.
No.
Doesn't ring
Anyway,
a bell.
first of all, I want to apologise for the delay in getting patch notes to you. Previously, these have been released as maintenance starts, and today was an exception rather than a new way of working. With that in mind, update 18.04 is now live, and you can read about what's new and what's changing here. Click. I have clicked.
Awesome.
Yes, there we go. It says, strike fear into your enemies with the stellar edition of the Python Mark II, built ready for immediate... I wonder whether I've got the... I wonder whether I've got a button that will let me do this. No, it won't. I haven't got a
I
button.
think we're going to say attention deficit disorder because that's what I'm getting.
Well, I did eat a whole bag of those treats that
You did eat a
Litho
whole
gave
bag of
me,
those,
yeah.
yes.
Which was basically a whole bag of coffee beans about 40 minutes before the show. Right, strike fear into your enemies with the Python Mark II Stellar Edition features, bullet point, Python Mark II ship, bullet point, high spec A-rated combat build, bullet point, Venom Claret paint job, so the blood doesn't show up, bullet point, strike ship kit, I think that's the fancy wing on the back, bullet point, Python Mark II shipyard unlock. Then, that was 33,000 arcs, which is about, I think it must be about 20 quid. The Python Mark II standard is bullet point Python ship, bullet point shipyard unlock. The laser mining, this is for Amelia, this one. Laser mining jumpstart type 6.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
25,000, which is about 15 quid. Or some arcs. A bullet point type 6 transporter, bullet point special laser mining loadout, bullet point 2 pre-engineered mining lasers for increased efficiency, bullet point salvage white paint job for hiding amongst the ice toroids, and bullet point 12-piece ship kit.
Do we have any images?
Oh, you see... Yes. Okay. You're gonna have.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
There was,
Right,
I'm sure we looked at this last week. We should have an image of that. I think Flossie had one.
No. Well, there's loads of images here. I'm just trying to find out whether I have.
It's mainly white with a bit of red on it.
All right, but I mean, can't you just plug in the website and show the website?
Yes, if I was on the Space News bit. Let's have a go with that and turn off the onion. And there's a did I give permission to them to no cookies? Is that a swear word?
Oh yes,
right.
please.
So that was the Python 2. The second one down is a video with this trailer. There is the strike fear into your enemies with the stellar edition of the Python 2 with many bullet points. There's the standard edition with fewer bullet points, not in claret. Here is the special mining type 6 with the salvage white paint job for hiding amongst asteroids. Then here, specially for Flossie, the exploration jumpstart diamond black, that one, which is a diamondback explorer ship with specialized long-range space exploration loadout, bullet point guardian frameshift drive booster, bullet point polarity yellow paint job.
Yeah.
Only on your nose and your arse, and a 12-piece ship kit. We then have the AX Vulkarius Special Combat Jumpstart Alliance Chieftain, which is bullet point Alliance Chieftain ship. That's a good start. Bullet point Specialized AX Combat Loadout. Bullet point 2 Guardian Gauss cannons with full resistance to the anti-Guardian field. A Stygian green paint job. And, of course, a 12-piece ship kit and a teddy bear.
I don't think these are in a teddy bear.
Yes. Sorry, I made and a holiday in the Bahamas.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the ships. I think, for what I can see, certainly in the Type 6, the ship kit is the standard ship kit. So you could either buy this as a job lot by buying this, or I think you could buy the individual parts, but you need to build the ship yourself then.
Yeah, I think it's the same price as buying all of the bits with the bits, but they add in the boosted modules.
Well, what I'm wondering is, would it be cheaper buying this version than it would be actually buying the bits individually?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it is.
It's about the same.
The paint job and the ship kit add up to more than the cost of the arcs of the Explorer.
Okay.
So you basically get a free Guardian frameshift drive booster and a specialised long-range space exploration loadout.
Okay.
That's quite cool, that ship kit, actually. And let's scroll back up to that one. There we go. Do you know, that makes me almost want to fly a Diamondback Explorer.
Yeah, so you get a ship with some modules on. Yeah, you get a paint job and you get a ship kit.
Been a long way, one of those.
Yeah,
we all have. Yeah.
Not as far as Rincewind Cymru went in his Sidewinder, but anyway, I think he still holds the record.
Right, let's have a wee look. Let's have a wee look at the Type 6.
The Type 6. There we go. Yeah, it's got pointy stuff on the front.
Yes. Those are
knobbly bits.
We like pointy stuff.
Are those space cucumbers on the side from some planet where it's sort of...
those are covering the engine vents.
So
isn't that a normal ship kit?
Yeah, that's a normal ship kit.
Yeah.
So it's a normal ship kit. That's a normal paint job. I think it says the mining lasers are engineered, doesn't it?
It says it has got a specialised laser mining loadout with 2 pre-engineered mining lasers.
Yeah.
For increased efficiency.
Yeah. So you could get them engineered, but it saves you getting them engineered.
Well, I mean, the basics are you can build better. Yeah.
Oh, you can, yeah.
I don't think that's the point. I think it's a nice little kit.
You know, if you want
quick way, don't have time.
If you wanted to jump into mining, you just go and pick yourself up one of them and you're straight in. You know.
Yeah.
To be fair, 20 minutes of exobiology and you can afford all but the paint job and ship kit. So you can get all the gear and no idea. But basically, the cosmetics cost you money, but they would cost you money anyway if you're buying cosmetics.
Oh, yeah, the cosmetics already cost you money. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
We do have Commander Vulkarius.
Pre-loadouts.
Yeah.
Do we have Vulkarius here? I think I dragged Vulkarius into the room.
You do indeed. And good evening, Hutton Orbital.
So, Vulkarius.
You were doing such a good job, I did not want to interrupt.
So, I mean, obviously, the Jumpstart Alliance Chieftain isn't your ideal top-end
it isn't.
Thargoid combat ship.
It's not even the ass end. It's like, so the part of the problem...
scathing.
Part of the problem, it has a beam laser, or one or two, maybe, but the point is, it doesn't have any thermal vent. So, no. But
you can add that in yourself, can't
you? You would have to, indeed.
Vulkarius, you should actually design a loadout, send it into them, and say, "Here, put this up for sale."
Build it.
Put it out for 50,000 arcs, of which you'll take 25,000 for your own account.
The commission, yeah. I'm at least 100% sure that probably between the Anti-Xeno Initiative and the Xeno Strike Force, they've literally done exactly that already. So.
But obviously, for somebody who's not done any Thargoid stuff, I mean, it's got to be at least a step on the ladder somewhere.
Well, it's kind of designed around hitting the... You're okay, Amelia?
Yeah, it's just I was just about to say the way you're sounding when it sounds as though this ship is a death trap,
right? Yeah. And give the flip flop answer. Yes,
you're really making a case for this ship, aren't you?
It sounds as though anyone who buys this is going to go out there thinking they're going to be able to kick ass on some Thargoid ass, and they'll end up just miserably dying.
It's a question for the chat channel: do Thargoids have asses?
It's damned with faint praise, isn't it? It's like, isn't the most terrible ship you've ever seen in your whole life? Well, it's not the most terrible ship.
Well, I mean, the Chieftain is a favourite of Chuck Handgun, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yes, very much so.
Yeah. Also, by the way,
I think he's moved on to the Python 2 now, though. I think he's got a new favourite.
I thought he'd moved on to pretending to be Canadian, who's pretending to be a Viking and talking about hammers a lot on Facebook and YouTube. What's that guy's name? I swear he's a body double for Chuck Handgun, also known as Arf from the Pilots Federation. What's his name? Okay, I spend too much time on the internet, clearly, and have had far too many coffee beans.
Oh, not enough.
Or not enough. There's a dude on the internet who just yells "Hammer" a lot and dresses as a Viking.
I've seen that guy.
That guy who looks.
Is that not Chris Hemsworth?
No, he's just a YouTuber.
He's a YouTuber who is. He's Canadian but pretends to be a Viking.
Okay.
And yells hammer a lot, and then people send him videos of them making hammers and smashing stuff with hammers, and he's very body positive, and you know what I mean. He's very he's a positive role model about mental health and all sorts, but he looks just like Arf. What's his name? I'm just scrolling through Arsebook at the moment, or Galbook, or whatever it's called, trying to see. Do you know what? When I'm not wanting these things, it turns out 400 times on my feed, and when I am, it's not there at all.
Oh, that sounds right.
It begins with a T. T. It's going to come to me.
Oh?
No, he's not called Thor. I'm just going to... yeah. No, that's not coming up either. No,
Meat's guess is either McHammer or MC Hammer, depending on how he's looking at it.
It's not that. His name begins with T. I'm sure it is. Tolman. There we go. Tank Tolman. God, it came to me. Yeah, Tank Tolman. By the way, if you've never seen Tank Tolman, go watch some videos by Tank Tolman and then tell me he is not Arthur's twin brother from another mother or something.
I like his videos. They're very positive videos.
They are. They've got a good vibe about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's always happy, and he's always, lifting people up.
And smashing things with hammers.
Actually lifting people up.
Well, no,
probably that.
Okay.
Emotionally, telling people they did a good job and whatnot.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just think he's a positive guy.
A very positive guy. I was just trying to find a picture that I could rob. Just for... is there a picture here? Here we go. Let me see if I can save this image and put it up on the chit chat. Hang on, buttons. I need to learn this thing about that thing you were telling me earlier.
He's a gamer as well.
He is also a gamer. Yes.
Yes.
But if I was to mash this magic button here and change that button there and eat more coffee beans. Here we go, and do that, and change the thing, and turn that one off, and turn that one on. Right, you cannot tell me that the guy on screen right now is not Arthur.
Got more of a beard.
Also known as Chuck Handgun for the Pilots Federation. No comment. I'm wrong. Clearly, anybody see that?
No, I totally agree. That's not the best picture.
It's not just the shaved head and beard thing, but it's just the whole vibe going on.
He's a bit more buff.
I'd have to hear him talking about Twitch drops and paint jobs before I could really decide.
Yes. Anyway, where were we? We were talking about the patch. So the patch happened.
We were talking about the chieftain.
The chieftain, yes.
I was going to say.
Go on then.
Yeah. So it's kind of Titan based.
Is it great for harvesting stuff from a destroyed Titan, maybe?
Well, I mean...
Is it a flying death trap?
Taking selfies near dead Titans, how about that? It's got to be good for that. Harvesting stuff from a dead Titan. In fact, actually, I'm going to say the Type 6 is better for harvesting that, the other ship. The mining Type 6?
Yes.
In white.
because you can actually mine stuff from the Titan.
Okay.
It might just be me, but I'm getting the impression that Vulkarius isn't that impressed by this ship.
No. Vulkarius, is it okay to go to the shops then?
Well, it comes with the new engineer, the new the Guardian Zone engineering on the what are those the Gauss cannons.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's something only really useful at a spire site or the Maelstrom though.
No.
It has the nanite, so that's obviously 4 AP.
Does it have a TARDIS or a DeLorean or Ziggy or anything useful if you're fighting Thargoids or a Thargoid trying to fight back? I don't think it does.
Well, it's got the multi-cannons, doesn't it?
I'm just trying to read.
It
So
should
what this is summed up as: buyers beware, this ship will explode the moment you purchase it.
Oh, here we go. It's the full spec for it here. It's got two 3C gimbaled enhanced AX multi-cannons. They're not bad for the little dudes.
Not bad.
The
They'll
little
get the scouts
buzzy
down.
guys. Yeah.
They'll get the scouts down. They'll hit the hearts off of a Cyclops.
It's got a Guardian nanite torpedo pylon.
That's Titan only.
That's what?
It's for Titan specifically.
Okay. It's got 1E gimbaled beam laser.
That is useless without thermal vent. It's useful with thermal vent, but without, you don't want that.
Okay, it's got two small Guardian Gauss cannons with anti-Guardian resistance.
Yeah, so that's obviously for, well, the only times you need anti-Guardian resistance are the Maelstrom system. If you're fighting
a live Maelstrom system, not a dead one.
Correct, yes.
Yep.
If you're fighting a glaive, which may occur at an invasion, or if you're at a spire site and you're fighting an Orthrus.
Right, it's also got a heatsink launcher.
That's a start, yep.
A caustic sink launcher.
Only useful... Oh, no, actually that's generally useful.
Yeah.
It's good to have one of those, yeah.
It'll keep you alive. An enhanced Xeno scanner.
On a chieftain... against like an interceptor, the Xeno scanner is really a luxury. That should be another heatsink launcher.
And a Thargoid pulse neutralizer, which helps you get that, I assume.
Yeah, the pulse neutralizer is intended to access the Titan. Against normal interceptors, normally it's better to have the shutdown field neutralizer, which uses less sys power, and it also protects 3 kilometers, not just yourself.
It's got a 4D module reinforcement package and two 4D hull reinforcement packages.
Okay, they've made a mistake there. They've had the right idea, but they've blundered on mechanics. So the Chieftain, it's class 4 military. Well, it's military module slots are all class 4, but you do not put module reinforcement in the military ones. You put hull in the military ones. The reason for that is that we like to control the order in which they take damage, and the military ones all take damage last. What you do instead is in the non-military ones, you put 2 small and 1 large normal module reinforcement package, not the Guardian module reinforcement package.
Well, they haven't given us the Guardian stuff.
Yeah, but just general advice. The Guardian module reinforcement, that's a waste of power. It hasn't stopped a single module from rebooting. Don't use it.
Right.
It's just,
and its core internals, it's got the military composite. Sorry.
Yeah, so real quick. So for the insofar as that's kind of linked to the optional internals, you want to put something like a class 1 and class 2 module and a class 5 module reinforcement package. That way the combined percentage will protect you and all the damage will go to the class 5 first. And that won't happen if you do what they've done and put it in the military. So that's why.
Okay. So it's got military grade composite armor.
Yep, that's correct.
It's got a 6A power plant, 6A thrusters, and these are engineered to G5 dirty drag drives.
You'll need to get the minimum armored. If you can get away with low emissions on the power plant, you should. But that power, your power efficiency, that number needs to go down so you're not producing so much heat.
Well, it's got a 5A frame shift drive, which of course is necessary. A 5D life support. I mean, basically, if you're foobarred, you're foobarred. So yeah, it's fine. D.
If people lose canopy, generally they'll synthesize life support. So, it kind of doesn't really
a 6A power distributor, which is the go-to. 4D sensors. Not sure about that.
Yeah, kind of passable. For going in a Maelstrom, that's kind of dumb. You kind of want the A, given the other modules. But yeah.
And it's running a 6C bi-weave shield generator.
So most Chieftain pilots don't use a shield generator at all. The problem.
But if you're a noob,
possibly. Even then, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. So the shield makes you bigger in terms of how much can be hit, and the phasing damage that hits the shield gets to hit your hull for free. You don't get caustic resistance against that. Right.
It does also have a 5D hull reinforcement package. On top of the military ones?
Yeah, that needs to swap. So that 5D should be a 4 and it should go in the military, and that 5 slot should be a module. Yeah.
It's got a 4E cargo rack, it's got an AFMU 2 and a 2A AFMU.
The AFMU is good to have.
Yeah.
A
repair limpet controller and a research limpet
normally,
controller.
yeah. So the research, that's if you want tissue samples, you probably don't want to do that in the Chieftain. You can lose the research. What they should do is get rid of the shield. They should use a bigger repair limpet controller in its place. So not a 1, but like a 5.
Right, okay.
The cargo's fine. Obviously, you need limpets. The AFMU, very good idea.
So we're saying bit rough needs some serious rough edges knocking off, like all the wings, and turning into a different ship completely.
Well, they've kind of built it to do 3 different things, one of which doesn't make any sense, 2 of which, well, it's Titans and it's other Thargoids. Like, they've kind of made a hybrid build, and that probably isn't the best idea when you're starting. You kind of want to do one or the other.
Right. Okay. Well, so our review is...
Don't buy this ship.
No, don't do that, because that gives them no pennies. If you've got nothing, it's better than nothing. But if you've got something, go for something different. All the time, all the patience.
You should probably ask somebody who's used a Chieftain or even a crate or done some...
But not Tank Tolman. Sorry, Arthur.
Yeah, well, I don't know if... Does Arthur have a... He must have tons of Chieftains. He's got.
Yeah, I mean, he is the chief of Chieftains.
Yeah. What I would suggest doing, ask someone who has done some interceptor dueling about what modules to switch and what engineering to put on the ones that don't have engineering.
Maybe the paint job special. I mean, maybe the green paint job just stops Thargoids. I have no idea. Anyway, that was the update. But then something went a bit pear-shaped. We're going to talk about this in your later section. But there was a whole Time Bandit special went on this week. But I think we're going to cover that in your bit in a bit.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. So, other than the space news, anything else happening in the galaxy? I mean, the Hutton runs, the SCO, were there rumours that the SCO could be engineered yet or not?
It can be engineered.
Yes, it can.
And by the way, the solo... the best Hutton runs are those 1 hour, 2 minute-ish, the runs where someone's using they'll be using probably a hauler. The 30-minute runs, you need a Sidewinder and you need other commanders to fuel you along the way.
Perfect. PWP, player with player.
Exactly.
100% Hutton approved. If you can team up with other people to do better, then please do. So yeah, that's Hutton approved PWP, that one.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier you kind of invited everyone to have a shot at it. You're not going to get the 30-minute unless you've got your friends to fuel you as you do it. You'll need a Sidewinder because that one's the fastest.
The engineering, are there any benefits that we know of to engineering your SCO? I mean, heat, fuel consumption, or is it just reboot times?
Well, you can put extra range on it, and you can put Mass Manager on it.
But does that help you get to Hutton faster?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, it depends where you
Is
start.
there anything from the engineering?
If you start in Sol, not really. If you're in WISE 0855-0714, probably not. If you're in somewhere in an Imperial system, yeah, it'll get you to Hutton faster.
Well, I suppose yes. If you're not near Hutton when you started, but not for the official Hutton run time. We were maybe hoping for some better fuel consumption. There was an article about this.
Yeah, for Hutton runtime, the smaller class SCO FSDs have faster speed they can reach, and you can only fit you can't downsize as well. So that means you need a Sidewinder to get the smallest class.
Right. Anyway, there was an article that came out from Achilles Aerospace as well, I believe, regarding the Supercruise Overcharge modules. I don't know if anybody ever saw that one or... basically lots of messages about, we may have stuffed up a tiny bit. Hang on, I'm just trying to drop that one into our video feed now. There we go. So Achilles Aerospace reveals full selection of Supercruise Overcharge modules. That was as of the 9th. Oh, that's today. So a suite of new Supercruise Overcharge frameshift drives entered the market earlier this week alongside other upgrades to the new modules. To celebrate the company's recent success, Dr. Namin Tyrrell, Achilles Aerospace's head of research and development, offered a rare interview to Vox Galactica, who wish they were as good as Hutton Orbital News. It boggles the mind. Boggles is a Hutton kind of word, apparently. We're working in secret on what would eventually become our Supercruise Overcharge technology for over a year. We were for over a year now. We had mountains of data, yada, yada, yada. Thargoid drive-like technology, a bit more yada, yada, yada. And they have their work with Falcon Delacy and their Python Mark II. Apparently it's the highlight of that person's career. It tells us absolutely nothing useful apart from the fact it can be engineered now. Which is a bit pants, really.
When we were testing them, I took one across to Felicity Farseer, and you could do range, you could armour it, and you could do you could do the quick boot up sequence, but it wouldn't let you do the efficiency or coolness one. It wouldn't let you do that.
The gloves are off. I mean, they have thrown down and said we saw optimizations that we could make over Sirius's aging technology. I mean, they have thrown the gauntlet down to Sirius.
You do get when you max engineer it, so you got grade 5 range and mass manager, you will get a tiny bit more range in your jump than the normal frameshift drive, and you've got Supercruise Overcharge. It's small, but it's there. So in effect, the previous frameshift drives are actually obsolete modules now. Unless Sirius does something about it, which they probably, it sounds like they will do, but we'll see.
Maybe at some point, yeah.
So, are you saying that if you get one of these drives, grade 5 tune it and do mass manager, it'll get you more than a normal?
Yeah.
So a 5A.
And it's not just more than a 5A, it's more than the pre-engineered 5A.
So this is the optimum mega jump range special.
For now, yes.
Yeah. So if you're an explorer, you want to stick one of these on your ship, then.
Well, there are two kinds of explorers, as identified by the Pilots Federation. There are I want to jump further than everybody else and get to Beagle Point quickly explorers who aren't really explorers; they're travellers because they want to get somewhere quickly. And then there are explorers who want to go the short jump range, so they go to every system en route.
There'll be a third type of explorer there. Then it'll be the ones who want to go as far out as they can, and need that jump range when you get to the edge of the galaxy and they're spaced out.
Ooh, now there's a point. I mean, the furthest beyond the galaxy record that was held a while back.
It wasn't Enchantment? Was it Commander Enchantment that did the last one?
Could be. Was there one of the crows involved, or I can't remember.
I remember the one where they all could get there but couldn't get back.
Yeah,
that's a different thing though. So for that, you don't want you want E-rated modules as much as possible to do that.
No, that was the one that came out as an Anaconda Graveyard.
Well, wasn't this a refuel point special? So I suppose if you're using the Supercruise Overdrive,
that's to make your fuel go further. You don't want to use Supercruise Overcharge.
No,
it's just faster, isn't it? Not further.
Exactly. All of those hard to reach places though, where people couldn't get back and things like that,
which is
kind
the
places. Went away when fleet carriers arrived.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so that is our review of the news that was, the news that is. And by the way, the news about Palantir is absolutely true. We have the original pictures, and they were mind-boggling, eye-opening leather and latex combos.
And they are not suitable for showing on Twitch.
Yeah, well, unless you're Amelia, and then that's normal nightwear, isn't it, Amelia?
That's your own business.
Yes. I mean, Mooncake raises an eyebrow occasionally at the costumes, but,
Only occasionally.
Yeah.
Only occasionally.
And just sort of pauses to lick a paw and go, yeah, that again. Right, I suppose it's time for some, possibly some space news. So let's hit the magic button for space news. Hang on a second.
When you don't know where to get more
There's Alan the Aardvark and some bananas and satellites and stuff. And, yeah. So the first article we have this week is about the age of sail.
Yes.
Yeah. So please do elucidate and.
It's a new Sabersat, as it's called. So it's a company called
what's it,
Redwire. Sabersat.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And it looks like a big dart with a sail on the top.
There we go. It does. It looks like a Nerf dart with a sail on the top. We're
I
entering the age of sail.
Yeah, it's going to be a lower. I think it's lower Earth orbit.
No, VLEO. Very
low.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's going to gather. It's like I don't know if it's actually a spy satellite, but it'll gather high resolution Earth imagery to provide low latency communications. So national security satellites to operate in VLEO altitudes. So that's 90 to 350 kilometers. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a spy satellite.
Right. The best bit is this article comes out of a wonderful place called Kissimmee in Florida. Yes. Apparently, there's sort of as you think about aerodynamics, you want the dart to be skinny and long, not stubby and fat. Apparently, so skinny and long is good. Stubby and fat is bad.
Yes, apparently.
Yeah.
The other thing it's saying is it's kind of they're saying it'll go higher than a UAV, but lower than a big satellite.
It's between 90 and 350 kilometers. Apparently, those are VLEO altitudes.
Yeah.
For
which
reference,
gives you
the ISS is just over 400 kilometers altitude.
So it's not VLEO. It's just LEO. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, it seems to think it's VLEO.
Are there more pictures? No, there are no more pictures on that one.
Yeah. They're calling it the orbital drone.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's some dude with a VR headset and one of those, controllers.
It seems to be something else called SkimSat. I'm not sure what SkimSat is.
I'm just trying to read through. Skim. I'm skimming the article for SkimSat.
The European Space Agency is behind SkimSat. That's another VLEO satellite.
Yes, and that's for Earth observation applications funded by the ESA.
Yes.
Apparently, they both rely on electric propulsion to compensate for drag.
Yes. Standard. How does an electric thruster work?
I thought drag was all the rage these days.
No. I'm just looking at this where it's talking about electric thrusters. How do you get an electric thruster in space?
Vulkarius, quick.
You thrust electrically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
They're typically either ion thrusters in vacuum, or they'll be...
ion thrusters.
So, they use energy collected by either solar arrays or a nuclear reactor to generate thrust, apparently.
And do you know what else they can do?
And spit them out.
They can also scoop... They can scoop atomic oxygen and nitrogen for their electric thrusters. Wow.
Yeah, that sounds like the ion thing to me, yeah.
Yeah,
ion and plasma drives and reaction engines and, Yeah,
because these are in very tenuous atmosphere, they can actually get their reaction mass by slurping it up from the front.
Yeah.
They're kind of sort of like jet engines almost, but on a very, very, very kind of sort of basis.
Well, the definition is if the acceleration is caused by the Coulomb force, application of electric field to the direction of acceleration, the device is considered electrostatic. There you go. There's the technical definition.
Oh, well, when you explain it like that.
Whereas if it's caused by crashing into the ground, that's just static.
That's gravity, yes.
And if it's caused by mooncake...
Is that lunar? Right.
Ooh, I'm having to think about that. That was quite clever, actually. That's thrown me. That's too clever for this show.
Right. So
the second one apparently is about the Starliner launch. Now, this was this is the one that was second of the private
2011. Yeah.
Yeah. This was the second of the private launches, wasn't it? Starliner.
It's not even 15 years late.
It's the
So
second
this was the
contender
one
for
with the big
commercial
knobby
crew.
end on it. Yeah. So it was a skinny rocket with a big knobby end. And it was supposed to launch many years ago. And it's supposed to be a crewed mission, the second set of missions that can go and supply and resupply the ISS. So it's got the docking port on the top. To provide a second commercial supplier to NASA and other agencies to get people up and down and supplies up and down from the ISS. But it was scrubbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, NASA don't want to do it themselves anymore. They want to just pay somebody else to do it.
Yeah, and it wasn't the module that was the problem. It was the actual the rocket itself.
It was the Atlas 5 rocket.
The Atlas 5,
it was on top of, which is kind of being decommissioned and shut down. So they're going to finally get this
end of
capsule
life.
ready to go, and they're not going to have a launch vehicle for it.
So they've got this lovely module on the top and nothing to fire it with.
Yeah, SpaceX has suggested that you could actually put it on top of a Falcon 9.
Oh, the dirty swine.
Yeah.
Oh, there's just,
that's just rubbing their noses in it, really.
Do you need a lift, mate? Do you want a lift?
Mm-hmm. Do you want a lift on our rocket, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't want to use our Dragon capsule, we can use your Starliner if it works.
Hey, look,
but I've got it on
an adaptable. Yeah.
But it's supposed to have a hard lander. So this one is not designed for ocean drops as well. The one thing about this capsule on the top is designed for a land-based drop using parachutes and inflatable bubbles.
Oh.
So, you've got the Zorb thing going on when you land.
Yeah.
Boink, boink, boink.
Dragon capsule is actually capable of a powered landing. It's just that they NASA chickened out from that and said, no, you need to use parachutes if it's crewed. But yeah, the Dragon capsule design actually has thrusters in it that can do but Dragon can do a smooth touch.
Yes, well, theoretically.
Yes.
And our last one. This is the ARCS store again, isn't it? This is the I want a pumpkin head for my spacesuit special.
Yeah. New outfits available in the SpaceX store.
So SpaceX revealed the EVA suit. Now this is the thing: the guys and girls going up on the one with the knobby top that we were just talking about have blue suits.
Yes,
but SpaceX has gone for the classic white spacesuit with big rubber boots.
With black wellies.
With big wellies, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, floor mopping guy would approve of this one because it's got rubber wellies.
And it's all in white.
Maybe that's to stop the static from mooncake, Rubber boots, not a problem.
I'm not paying that cat again.
Yeah.
It looks like... no, because that looks like... What's the sole? Looks like metal, doesn't it?
The sole looks metal, but then there's rubberized thing, and then they've got...
How else are you going to magnetize it?
Those knees
that's true.
Are definitely available for ARCs in the store. I'm sure those knees are available for ARCs.
Oh, they are. Yeah, they are. I think it's there's a suit there, like a kind of...
Yeah.
That kind of classic space suit kind of thing.
Apparently they're being worn on the Polaris Dawn mission, which is the Polaris program missions backed by billionaire Jared Isaacman.
And what are they going to do?
I'm just trying to...
Orbit the Earth and knock out
just reading that now.
I'm just trying to read through the article at speed. Well, it's designed as an EVA suit as well. You know where those big old bulky things with the huge backpacks?
Most capsules don't.
I mean, this is like me with a thin membrane between me and the big black void.
They're saying it. That's the thing that got me. They're saying it's an EVA suit, and it looks like a flight suit to me. It's not big. It's...
Well, are those pictures of the new suits? Because that's what the old flight suits look like.
Yeah. The 4 crew members on the Polaris mission sit in a Crew Dragon capsule wearing the EVA suit SpaceX developed. Yeah, it seems to be.
Right.
Yeah. So that seems to be it.
Is that it for our space news?
Yeah. Oh, they've got fancy buckles at the ankles as well. Very nice. Yeah, we're done. Well, I'm done.
We are done. Definitely.
Do we have a word of the week?
We do have a word of the week, and the word of the week this week is cattywampus.
Is what?
What does that mean?
Cattywampus. It means askew, in disarray.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
I certainly can. After a tussle with station security, Gusto's green wig and big red nose had all gone a bit cattywampus.
And for those interested, it's now on the headline scrolling across your
Yay!
screen. Spelling and meaning. That's actually a common word. I've used that quite a lot.
Yeah, you've used that. You were going to use that. Did you not have that as a streaming ID or something?
Yeah, my Discord is Kittywampus.
Yeah, I knew something like that. That's why I picked it. I thought, I think Amelia uses that word.
Well, it's a pun of the word, but...
We're out of tune, seems.
It comes from our colonial cousins.
1 second. It's the end of the space news. If I don't push that button, everything goes a bit pear-shaped.
Space news, space news, space news, space news, space news, space news.
I feel better now.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're happy.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, cattywampus, askew, in disarray.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Right, anyway, what do anteaters do in the Hutton Games Room?
Play Elite Dangerous.
Some of them do, yes.
The ants that have been breaking in recently.
Oh, they also play Aardvarkade games. Aardvark!
Aardvark!
And for those of you wondering what an Aardvarkade game looks like, it is on screen now.
Yay! It does look happy, doesn't it?
Unfeasibly happy with what game is he playing?
That could be Elite Dangerous.
He's got enough buttons. It's almost like the whole
Aardvark.
I know people are watching what's going on bottom right on the screen, by the way, because that's what's coming up next. No, maybe next. Yeah, it is next. We're out of sync again because we're going to talk to Vulkarius. But bottom right, there's something happening. So we've completely discombobulated the show.
Yeah,
because we missed Vulkarius' bit.
You say we.
You're not suggesting there's a theme, are you?
It's just all a bit of cattywampus.
It is, yes. It's askew, in disarray.
Welcome to Hutton.
Yes. Anyway, let's do this thing here. Commander Vulkarius.
Good evening.
Oh look, there's stuff on screen. I mean, I may be able to put it big in a bit.
There is. I sent you a spy video, but
yeah, there is a spy video which is currently behind you at the moment on screen. But I can put it. I can put it big screen if you want. What?
That is not a spy.
That's the thing you sent us.
That is not the thing I sent you.
It is.
Sent us too.
That's the thing, Alex. Is that not the thing that Alex Zubo sent
no.
you?
That would make a lot of sense. That looks like a Python 2 being flied like a mamba.
Python 2. Well, I mean, we can leave that on screen.
I believe she was referring to it as the Mamba Heavy.
In which case, I'm going to go looking for the thing that you sent us because yes, Thargoid Warfare. Oh, here we go. Let me download that one, and I'll. Oh my goodness! Yeah,
that went pop.
Well, watch the video that's there for the moment, and I will.
Yeah. So we had a bit of a kerfuffle last week.
No, there must be a better word than kerfuffle.
No, there isn't. Kerfuffle is
that's a current word. You know that's not.
That's one of the words of the week.
Yes.
Okay.
More than a stushy, less than a stramash.
There was a kerfuffle.
Well, there was a bit of a stramash then. Yeah, so when the Spires got a bit rambunctious on Tuesday and started.
I like that word.
Started completing basically entire maelstroms. Update 1804 actually came with some really good rule changes. I could describe that in a sort of informal preview in a bit. But in any case, we think someone left in a progress multiplier for testing it, and then of course Haddad went cattywampus with Indra in tow.
Right.
But yeah.
I've changed the video.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yep,
there's a spire site behind you there.
It's a spire site, and it's looking up, and there'll be various lasers and explosions.
Okay.
So all of that's been reverted now. So well done, Frontier, for fixing everything.
No, Tharg the Mighty and their DeLorean.
Well, okay, well done, Tharg the Mighty and his, her, or their DeLorean.
Because they undid everything. They undid everything.
Yeah, everything fixed the next day, and adjusting our attacks to be close enough to where they would have been, given the activity on the day. So that was good. Well done, everyone on Wednesday, after all of that mess, for keeping up the fight and knocking out the second spy site. That was quite valuable. It'll help us a lot in a couple of weeks' time. It would have attacked, which would have set us back a little bit. But it's gone now, so that was great. This week, normally it would just be spies and samples at Haddad again. But this week we have an extra thing you can do, which is actually useful when it isn't usually useful to do so. We have 3 previously populated control systems coming up, and they are all Counter-Strike systems, which means that the Titan extractions, that's using the extraction missiles, that is actually useful this week. There are a few things you'll need though if you want to do that. If you want to run Titan extractions for the biostorage capsules, system is HIP 30377 Titan Haddad. You will almost certainly want to buy Super Cruise Overcharge, of course. It's very far away from the arrival star. You will need your own fleet carrier. You will need to hold on to any souls you rescue until later in the week. And you need to go onto the frontier.
Whoa. Hang on a second. So you've got to fly around with them on your ship and not lose them or your ship?
Well, you can drop them off at your fleet carrier.
Oh, dude, I suppose there is that, yes.
Yeah, that's the purpose. So, yeah, you need your the specific reason.
But by hang on to them, I was imagining you stuff them all in the back of your ship and just keep feeding them, I don't know, ice buns or something until
I should have clarified. You need your own fleet carrier because you need to hold on to any souls on your fleet carrier you rescue until
so they can go to the bar.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The trouble with that. We can't set buy orders for them. That might be slavery. I'm not sure. But in any case, you need, for that reason, you need your own. You will need to go to the Frontier Forum, find the Thargoid war thread, and tell us how many you are holding. We need to know that.
Right.
For the
I've got 15 people sickles on my ship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hopefully you're...
I mean, what's a normal amount of rescuees for somebody? Are we talking 1, 10, 1,000? I mean, how full are these fleet carriers going to be?
That's a good question. So if you're taking in an Imperial cutter with, as in the optimum ship for doing it, built optimally for doing it, you should be bringing back 512 a run, which where one run takes about 30-40 minutes. Maybe more like 40 minutes. So if you do a bit of that, you'll probably amass a few thousand. But that's with the best possible ship. If you're using something much smaller, like a Python 1, for example, then you'll be a few hundred. But it all helps. It's all very good. Related to that question will be, well, how many would we need total? The first of those 3 systems I mentioned, it's just under 16,000 rescues would complete the last bit for us. So we don't have to get all of it. But
so 16 commanders with 1,000 people on the fleet carriers, or 160 with 100. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that would take HIP 30 whatever the hell it is. So that now we need a bit more to hit the other systems. Although then, of course, we'd only be affecting 2 at once, and then finally just 1. But we don't have to hit that. It reduces the amount of research payloads we need, so it all helps. It's all very good to do as long as you announce what you've got, because we need to plan this.
Right, okay. But, I mean, the short version is it's progressing. It was progressing really quickly, but it's not as quick now, but that was a glitch.
Well, we're back where we would have been. It's not slipped, it's not advanced. We're where we would have been, which is in a couple of weeks' time, it'll have probably 2 or 3 systems, and we can hit the Titan then. But yeah, okay. The point was that there was that's an extra activity, like an additional activity, which will actually help this week, rather when it doesn't usually do.
It's not the same old grind. There's something else you can do to help out. Yeah.
Because so the just to cap off that, so you need to hold on to your rescues on your own fleet carrier until later in the week. You need to tell us how many you've got on the Frontier Forum, Thargoid War Thread.
Do you have a link to such thing? Is that the one where you post all the stats at the top of it?
Well, I only post the occasional meme there, to be honest. But But it's the one that you found the other week. I didn't have a link ready.
Hang on a second.
It's the one in discussion, Thargoid War.
I'm just trying to find it. Yeah. Super long maintenance server downtime today. Now, that was the first. I typed in Thargoid War stats, and it says super long server maintenance down today from...
no, go in. It's pinned. Go to discussion, and it's one of the pinned ones.
Let's go to there, and
I really should copy that link. Like I don't even have it bookmarked. I don't think so.
Is that Thargoid Invasion Next Target Systems ? By Alex Zuno?
Yes. Yeah,
right.
That would be the one. Who's done an absolutely amazing job, by the way.
Of course, as always. I haven't got a link to put it in here, but I need to program up a special button that we can put that live on screen behind you at some point, but not now.
That's where you go. So the delivery time for that, it will be whenever we reach the maximum Spire progress later in the week. Hence observing the thread and such. That's 85% Spire progress. Speaking of which, as usual, we need the Spire actions, which is at Col 285 Sector, US-Z, B14-7. Sabotage missions are from the Rescue Megaship in the Exinca system, which will probably be for the other Spire site at HIP 30439, but that's okay, either is fine. The Spire systems themselves won't complete this week, but they will drive a whole load of others to 85%. That's what we need. And of course, if you've got a research built ships or a research wing, for research orders, again, head over to the Thargoid War thread. A whole bunch of smaller systems need the payloads this week because there aren't any alerts. We've got 10 controls to take out. The Anti-Xenio Initiative have also put up one large order to move us one system forward. That will give us a little less Titan resistance when we reach it in what should be 2 weeks. And that's it.
Thank you very much, Commander Vulkarius. Right, Flossie.
Yes?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are we going to play the lucky dip of Flossie's section?
The lucky dip. Oh,
I swear that the Dusty Bot knows, doesn't it?
I'm sure it does.
Because whenever you've had something to say, it's on the short version, and whenever, anyway, I'm going to hit the button.
Yeah. Okay.
So, sing along if you feel like it.
Who is this superhero? Jex? Nope. Mia, the apology officer?
No way, man.
Helen, the mild-mannered CG publisher?
Could be.
Could be.
Hutton Flossie, #1 super gal, oh yeah. Hutton Flossie, Alvin's CG pal. She's got style, a unique style, and a swing that just goes clang. When the forum gets rough, she's super tough with a Hutton Flossie pan.
Hello, Flossie here with this week's CG News. We are, once again, devoid of community goals.
Boo!
And that's it for this week's CG News.
Do you know what we've got to say? What we're going to do to the Pilots Federation? We're going to give them one of these. No, well, that and one of these. Taser. Taser them. Yes, we're going to taser them until they start putting CGs back in. Boo! Anyway, thank you very much, Flossie.
Yeah.
Flossie
Yeah.
told you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the next bit. I've muted my script there. Oops. Yeah, go ahead.
I feel obligated to point out that the fuzziness that you've got behind Mia is kind of overlapping on the bottom.
What? Overlapping on my bottom?
Yeah, on the bottom.
Bottom of what?
He's not wrong. Look at what you're broadcasting.
Yeah.
Where? What? Pardon?
You need to move the static about 2 pixels up.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Sorry, I
right
had to say that.
No, that's Mr. Dusty glitches on the. If I start clicking on things, it's going to go pear-shaped.
Yeah, you shouldn't do it now, really.
No, I'm going to do it now. You pointed it out. No, that's fine.
Oh, God.
Where's the static? No, I'm in studio mode. You told me about this one. So I can go...
Static is on the underlay.
Underlay. Oh, no, I've broken it. Oh, it's all gone pear-shaped. Oh, no. No, it's completely broken now. Yeah, but it's really small static now.
Oh, now it's really big.
How about that?
That's much better, yes.
No, it's too high now.
Yep.
That's better.
It's not. You need the bottom of Mia covered.
Yeah, that's
there you go.
Happened.
There you
I
go.
like...
You're discombobulated. But I was
like
in studio.
The bottom of me
you
is
told me to use studio mode and they couldn't see that.
To
you
the
told
air.
me.
I like to get the air about my bits. Leave me on. Leave the bottom
you're
of
floating
me
now.
uncovered.
Right. Does somebody want to introduce the next bit quickly?
It's the CG News with Beetlejuice and Witherspoon. It's
How
not CG News. It's the Galnet News Digest with Beetlejuice and Witherspoon, which is exactly what I said the first time.
Maybe.
Approximately.
It's an approx.
Galnet News Digest, 9th of May, 3310. We read the news, so you don't have to. In this week's news, DeLacy is accused of disloyalty. The Thargoids bounce back from a mysterious weakness, and the Cobra Mark IV officially doesn't exist.
A source close to Sirius has accused Falcon DeLacy of disloyalty after the Starship manufacturer optimised its latest ship for the new Achilles frameshift drive. Sporting the deadly dull tagline, built for supercruise overcharge. Ads for the Python Mark II claim the ship offers improved heat management, better handling, reduced fuel consumption, and even better acceleration and deceleration capacity when using supercruise overcharge. DeLacy has been working closely with Achilles, and initial tests demonstrate that the Python Mark II does appear to perform far better with the SCO than any previously available ship. DeLacy's collaboration with Achilles seems to have soured relations with Sirius. The Sirius Corporation declined to comment officially. DeLacy claims the new Python has been breaking almost every speed record humanity has set. This does not, however, extend to the Hutton run. The current record of 31 minutes and 18 seconds is held by Commander Happy Moon Monkey in a Sidewinder.
For a few brief hours on Tuesday, it seemed like the Thargoid War was nearly over. Controlled systems in the Haddad and Ligong regions were being regained by human warriors every few minutes. By early on Wednesday morning, there were only 4 Thargoid-controlled systems left in the Haddad region, and 2 of them were on the point of falling. However, it appears to have all been a terrible mistake. By Wednesday lunchtime, most of the systems were back under Thargoid control. Quite what happened is unclear. It may have been that the Thargoids were hiding behind the star to play a trick on humanity, or it may have been that the software that humans use to measure progress in the war had gone on the blink. In either case, normality has now been restored, and we're looking at about another 4 weeks before Haddad goes boom.
Eagle-eyed commanders have noticed that the new Starship Guide has no entry for the Cobra Mark IV, leading to speculation that it doesn't actually exist. The guide allows commanders to browse for their ideal starship, or, if they prefer, to play a not very exciting game of top trumps with the stats. There are 38 ships in the database, but the Cobra Mark IV is not one of them. Given that many commanders have no access to buy a Cobra Mark IV, and given that its use is limited to the ground combat training mission, it seems most likely that alleged sightings of the Cobra Mark IV are actually just the Cobra Mark III in a raincoat. Only really weird people believe in the Cobra Mark IV. Whereas the chance of a Cobra Mark V appearing before the end of the year might be rather more likely.
And that's this week's Galnet News. Galnet News, we read the news so you don't have to.
Thank you once again to Commanders Beetlejude and Witherspoon for their excellent digestif of the Galnet News. Nah. No, it doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Never seen one.
Fly mine.
No, you're imagining things. Definitely imagining things. It doesn't exist in reality.
It's good for doing the Hutton mug thing.
It's just a Cobra Mark III with a ship kit that slows it down.
It's nice. I like mine.
It's very pretty, but it doesn't exist. Definitely not.
Oh, yes, it does.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Oh, yes, it does.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
No, I'm not playing this.
Okay.
I fell asleep.
Oh.
Ow!
Ah.
Oh, bloody hell! Yeah. If you want. It's early days. It's not nearly complete. That's just a wee mock-up. It's not Space Glasgow. It's Space Manchester. It's Space... Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep.
Really?
The operative word there being test. Because they weren't. They were on test.
Get cancelled.
And your booking.
Oh,
The lamb chops are particularly good.
Everything was particularly good.
you want to buff it?
You know, I'll never forget the last one because I stole my wife's lamb chops and then I stole Nocty's lamb chops. It was great. I had like 6 lamb chops. It was brilliant.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How many raffle tables will there be?
Bollocks!
Or didn't they need
Dead
what,
meat
2,
is
3
saying is hearing long silences and occasional mutterings on the Twitch. On Twitch?
Would that be because that's because I didn't put my mic live, is it?
No,
Everything I've just said
just now.
Everything I've just said has not gone out at all.
Oh,
okay. Let's start that one again, shall we?
Seamless. So everything we just said was not out there.
Okay, I'm going to rewind to the beginning. What I said was...
so my lamb chop story just fell on deaf ears.
It fell completely flat. No, you were going out, I wasn't.
Oh.
So you were talking to me, but I wasn't talking to them.
Oh, so they heard all of our interjections about the story that you went telling.
Yes, okay.
Right.
So the story I was telling was that Millstone Barn and Osric decided to tell everybody ticket booking was live when it wasn't, and everybody booked tickets, but it wasn't live yet. But the money did go in, but the event is happening on the 10th of August, and you can have a ticket, or you can have a ticket and lunch, or you can have a ticket and lunch and dinner. The price has gone up by a couple of quid from last time because of reasons related to, I don't know, costs going up. We do have a sponsor again this year who's helping pay for things, which is awesome, which means we give more money to charity. Someone has reinforced the raffle table. If you're booking ticket only with no food, don't rob the food. That would be cheeky. And there may or may not be a special guest that I'm not allowed to mention at all for reasons.
Is it Norman?
Loud guest?
It definitely isn't a special guest who may or may not be selling their book about how they did or did not punch a polar bear.
Oh, yes.
I'm not allowed to mention anything about the special guest that we may or may not have, because that would be making promises I can't fulfill if that special guest pulls out for any reason because he got attacked by a polar bear and had to punch it. Maybe. But the only deal is that if said guest does or does not turn up, you do or do not have, well, you do have to buy their book. That's the only condition. What else did I forget? Yeah, it's the same place as last time. It's down at the Hilton St Anne's Manor in Wokingham on the 10th of August. When you go to the ticket booking page, it very clearly says on it, don't book it just yet on elitecommunitymeet.info. Because we're just waiting on the hotel booking code from the marvellous Dom who did the hotel bookings last time. Anything I've forgotten?
Probably. Oh, yes. Give us lots of things for the raffle.
Lots of things for the raffle. Retro computing, 4-player racing, Starship Simulator thingy in a separate room, Elite games, Hutton Orbital live in the evening, possibly or possibly not special guests, TBC.
Bollocks!
That too. Definitely, Mr. Shouty is not going to be going for a Foxtrot Oscar from our special guest because he'll probably get punched. And other than that...
Can we run out of tickets before Shouty books us this year? Just in case.
Well, we've got room because of the extra space. And vegan meals. That was it. Vegan and vegetarian meals. We deal with you on a plate-by-plate basis. Please answer the question truthfully on the booking form as to whether you're actually going to eat the vegan meal that you asked for, because otherwise it stays on the side and the duty manager bashes his head on the big stump in the secret garden. Again. Anyone wants to volunteer to help, that'd be awesome. If you want to bring stuff, that would also be awesome. And the coffee beans are running out.
So you said in a couple of days.
We're talking 1 to 2 days. Ticket booking will be live for ECM 2024, when we can all get together in person and have beer. The contract actually states, I have actually got the contract in front of me, and if it states, if you give me an American Pale Ale instead of real ale again, I will shoot you. And it actually says that in the contract. If the manager has to go out to the cash and carry and buy cans of Doom Bar and leave them in the end of the bar for free at the end of the evening by way of apology, yes.
Make it Hobgoblin. Does it say that? Doom Bar? Because can we make it Hobgoblin?
Well, it says not American Pale Ale.
It's better than Shipyard either way.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, it was drinkable, but
yes, last time, by way of apology, we had about 40 cans of Doom Bar that he gave us for free at the end of the evening.
And they lasted about 18 seconds.
Yes.
So if I were to check back on Sunday or such, it'll probably be ready by then.
There will be an announcement. It will be all over the ECM Discord channel. It'll be all over Twitter.
Right. Yep.
It'll be on the forums.
There we go. Yep.
I will shout it, and you'll see me shouting it from everywhere. Ticket bookings are now live. Go do.
Brilliant.
The Hutton Facebook page, probably the Hutton Twitter as well, probably everywhere I can broadcast it. I mean, if you want to book early, then book early. There's no downside.
No. I just won't get your hotel
booking code.
I was just prompting you to tell everyone exactly where they're here. So that was the
EliteCommunityMeet.info. If you want to get together with other Elite commanders at a venue to drink beer, talk spaceships, it's not all about Elite. It's just about getting together, having fun, and raising money for Special Effect and hearing Dogs for Deaf people. By the way, Special Effect got a BAFTA. I am trying to get Dr. Mick to send the BAFTA.
It's all about BAFTA. PWP.
Yeah. Basically, have a laugh, play games, raise money for charity, job done. That should be the strategy.
PWB, people with BAFTAs.
Are we having a live show again?
Of course.
Are we having a Dockers?
Depends on Shouty.
And it's my golden wedding. Oh man, in the wrong ways.
What better place to celebrate it?
And if you want to quiz Vulkarius about why he hates the chieftain build, he may or may not be there also as a special guest.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't think I'd say anything different to the... It was a pretty good, how you went down through it, and I just kind of pointed out exactly what should change. I suppose it was fairly close, but I don't
Maybe
think
we should get them to do a special ECM build for 25,500 arcs for charity.
So a Type 9.
Charity.
Or wait, does it need to dock
or
out?
prefab Type 9.
If it does it need medium pads, or can it be a Type 9?
It could be. Well, I mean, we don't care.
9.
We love Type 9s.
Yeah. So a Hutton. Imagine 25 whatever arcs. You get a Type 9. You get Hutton Orbital decal. Ship kit with a mug. No, you get a mug.
It would need a surfboard
for your cockpit.
Yeah,
it's a Type 9, but you have to pick it up from Hutton Orbital.
Somehow. You need a mug. They need to make a cockpit mug. That would make it absolutely so many people would buy that, I think.
You could have it full of cargo bays, full of Hutton mugs.
It comes with cargo.
Wow.
Right, so it's come to that point of the show where, having given all the important news out and mumbled my way through, I didn't say anything for a long time and nobody told me apart from Dead Meat, where we do the credits at the end of the show and then we go raid another streamer. Now, as is traditional, we don't raid the streamers that have got loads of viewers because they've already got loads of viewers. We find somebody that hasn't got loads of viewers, and I think I've found one. Maybe.
The Lurking Commander?
No, we did the Lurking... Have we done the Lurking Commander before?
Well, he's only got 7 viewers at the moment, so...
Well, they got drops on? Doesn't really matter, does it? But I found 3344, Commander 3344, which is new Commander Help Desk, and could 40 people come and lurk? Well, we could do. They've got 6 viewers.
We are very good at lurking.
Yeah, we can lurk. So what's about
I mean,
to
if there was
happen
an award for lurking, we
with intent or without
win
intent?
that. Definitely with intent.
There must be some great words for the word of the week to do with lurking. There must be some really...
So with intent, but without due care and attention.
Exactly. Never without. Never with due care and attention.
Right, so credits... Then we go, so what you do is listen through the credits, you read the credits, which Lithobreaker worked really hard on. And
others.
You listen to the theme tune at the end of the show, and then when you hear somebody speak, which is a randomised thing, and tell you all to bugger off, then you bugger off, and we're going to go raid somebody, which is 3344. Amelia, are you being quiet or noisy this evening?
I'm being quiet this evening. However, I do feel obligated to point out that the Hutton Orbital logo that spins has the live word cut off at the bottom.
I'm not touching it now. I'm not fiddling with it now.
Can we please mute Amelia?
Yes. I'm just going to say, for the mug, everybody.
For the mug!
For the mug!
Cargo too small. The profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We'll take anything, anytime, anywhere. Loading up the T-9s to the brim with grain. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug. Now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. Seems to crash into the sun. Swivel likes the pilot on the Xbox One. Alvin at the front, you know he leads us well. Trucking across the galaxy, now everybody yell. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug. Sing the Hutton Trucker song. To go cruising to Hutton. Whoa, 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 no journey too long and no cargo too small. The profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We'll take anything, anytime, anywhere. So shout it out loud like you don't even care. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug. Sing the Hutton Trucker song. For the mug,
Ladies and gentlemen, that's
the end of the show.
Everyone's buggered off. Why
Just
don't
why don't
you
you
bugger
bugger
off
off
too?
too?